Was there a bingo thing? And now it is EuroAsia Scrum, Raul and Sam and Thomas. Updates from my side. Nice refactoring going on local support. On the AutoGraders side, I'm following up and trying to make progress with Armando's TAs. I've restarted the AutoGrader for AV102. I also reviewed the videos, well, not all of them, last night. Raul's done the homework, which is awesome. Yes, there's a huge wave of tsunami of things going on. I'm just about surfing on the edge of it. If I crash and burn, I guess we'll all know about it soon. Yeah, I think that's the key stuff from my side. Thomas, how about you?
Not much to report. I took part partially in the Meds Plus meeting.
Oh yeah, right. Yep.
So I talked to Jean during the day because there was some controversy, or not controversy, but there was some.
He mentioned it to me as well. Yes.
Yeah, so whether they could open source or not. So I told him that he doesn't want to open source. We cannot, unfortunately, do this because we don't open source. That's, I hope that's okay. But it's.
I said the same. I said the same thing. I said we can do NDAs for customer data. We can be totally secret about customer data.
Oh yeah.
Code and the development process are open.
And I also told him, as a matter of personal advice, that if the guy really wants to close source it, then I don't think he should work on that either.
Yeah, it's going to be disadvantageous for Joao because then he can't get any feedback on the code that he writes from anybody else in the community.
Exactly. So, but then we had this meeting, and the meeting went well. I think there was a lot of interest in the project, and then he reached out to me, and I think to you as well, trying to book a meeting with the client. And I think the client is on board with open sourcing the thing, or at least in the process of understanding what open source means.
Right.
So we can separate the code base, as you were mentioning, with the sensitive data, for instance, and stuff like that. So there seems to be a suggestion on when to meet. So just check your schedule if you can. If you cannot, I can take that meeting.
I would say maybe can you take that meeting if possible? Yeah.
Sure. No problems.
But if that ends up, call me back in if there's a problem. But let's leave it.
Yeah. But generally speaking, if he's okay with open sourcing the thing, we go ahead and form a team. On a voluntary
I think you and I are on the same page. The only thing to mention is that there could also be, and this is maybe more for Joao than him, the charity jamboree, which is next Wednesday, a week from today. They could pitch that remotely in order to try and get more Makers Academy developers.
Interesting. I'll make a note of that. Absolutely.
Good stuff.
So, apart from that, just I did some reviews on the videos, as I mentioned in Slack.
Yes.
I think what am I going to say? It's not the best material, but it's not bad in any way. So
yeah, I can see a lot of room for improvement. I mean, I think probably if I'd known that you were working on the materials, what I would have prioritized was I would have done the homework. So I mean, that's great that you did it. If that's something that you think you're going to be able to do with reasonable regularity on a week-by-week basis, maybe I can leave you to check the videos and I would check the homeworks. Or
yes. But I'm a little worried. So if I spot anything that is completely out of place, are we going to try to spend some time and re-record something?
Well, that's kind of, I think, the big guns. The simple thing, what I did already when I reviewed the first thing, there was like this the help desk hangout thing that we had previously. That doesn't now work anymore at all. So, and that was at the end of one of the videos. So I went in and I took the YouTube video and I edited it and I cut the last minute where that was discussed, and so we removed that source of confusion. So I think our simple simple fixes are adding notes to say this is a problem. Second line is we can actually edit the videos. Big guns, if there's a really serious issue that we're worried about, then we can re-record. But
okay, all right. Okay. Well, I'll make sure to go through them. Because it's always I find your lectures very amusing.
You're so kind. I believe we'll get there. No wonder you're wearing a Makers Academy Sweden shirt. Anyway, yes.
All right, moving on from me to somebody else more interesting.
Yes. Thomas, how is that? We're all.
Thomas, that's me. That's
Thomas at the apex of interesting. Raul also there. We're climbing the summit together. Raul, how are things with you?
Nothing much happening on my side. Yesterday I reviewed the homework one.
Right.
I just submitted the Git immersion to the grader. It's been busy running it though. I don't know how long it will take to finish that.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I just restarted the grader and I've got that working. I will check back with that this afternoon.
I'm going to excuse myself, guys.
All right. Yes, Thomas, say hi to the Makers Academy Sweden guys, and I look forward to seeing them maybe tomorrow or the day after,
Yes,
whenever.
yes.
Whenever
Sorry to bug out there.
No problem at all. Okay.
All right, take it easy. Cheers.
Cool. Thanks.
So, but then other than that, not much Agile Ventures activities on my side.
Sure. I'll just say, you reviewing that AV102 homework, and did you do it on C9 or did you do it on your own computer? I think you did. You did it on C9, didn't you?
I did it on C9. The only problem I had was trying to access the thing from the browser in there.
Yeah, I wanted to say.
And I actually put a screenshot for that.
If you've got it to hand, if you've got the thing to hand, you could show me a screen share of it right now, and I could just have a quick look at it for you. What I also wanted to say was, by the way, hugely helpful. Big thank you that you being able to go through that homework, hugely useful at this stage. I had like an hour yesterday. I ended up focusing on the videos rather than the homework, and Thomas and I doubled up. So big thanks. But yes, so if you're in that environment there, so you've got this thing there. Let's have a look. So you've run, so I think that the issue here, right, and sometimes so we've, following the instructions, you've done bundle exec ruby web.rb. There are some flags that we have to pass to Cloud9 to tell it which port and IP address to run on. So I don't know if you've, I think if you just, rather than running bundle, you could do Control-C there. If you just do ruby, you do, ruby web.rb, and just see, sometimes Cloud9 will pop up a little message to say, oh, hey, you're trying to start up a web server. You need to do this, that, and the other.
What happens is in the, let me see if I open this. I think I saw it somewhere. It defines, okay, so there's a proc file here, which reads a port.
Yes.
That is defined in the local env, and then. Yes,
but that proc file is not going to run unless you run, for example, rackup. But so what you might do, if you do Control-C here, again, we've got a separate question about whether, but if you run rackup, so just RACKUP, rather than Foreman, I think just rackup.
Rackup, and then
hit return. That's it. Just rackup by itself.
Okay, there's no config
file. Okay, but yeah, that -p $port is part of what we need. But we also need a -b $IP as well. So you go urubyweb.rb -p space $port PORT, and then space -b for Buffalo, and then $IP, capital letters IP, and hit return there. And interesting. What does it say there? Oh, it's not B. What's the option? I'm just gonna. I need another window. Where's another window? Come over here. So this is running Sinatra on C9. Is running? Here we go. It's -O. Sorry, not.
It's -O.
Yeah, it's -B for Rails. For Sinatra, it needs to be -O instead of the B. So then hit return there. Yes, and now if you open it in a window, you don't need to go to port 8080. I don't think. You can just try and refresh that window there.
Yes,
it
works.
That was the thing. So you should have edit access to the homework. If you want to add a little note into the homework to say that this is what you need to do, by all means be my guest. If not, I will try and add that myself later on today. But if you've got a moment, if you've got a spare moment, and you just want to adjust the homework to reflect that, that would be huge. I'd really appreciate that.
Okay, so I can just copy this line here and put it.
Yeah, just let people know and say, this is, works. For C9, you need this. You don't need this if you're doing it on your local computer. But yeah, we're trying to kind of get people to use C9 particularly. Yeah, I think C9 is probably the best thing for people to be on. Generally, I'm really encouraging all the students to be on there. Cool. Now if you want to edit this, you can't edit from here. Actually, well, what you do if you actually click on, no, you can stay here. You see how you've got on Visual Guide to Version Control. Switch over to the description of the homework. Yeah, you've got those two kind of tabby sort of things at the top there. Yeah, not there, but yeah, a bit higher. Don't click that one. Don't click that one. Don't click. Don't. Yeah. Click. This one. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. So get over to that tab. Now, if we look, find the place where you want to add that information. Like so. Which is, yeah, which is like there. So if you then, it should have a. Well, scroll up a bit again. Up a bit. Scroll up a bit. Yeah. So I thought there was a more granular one, but it actually at the top of the page there, sort of on the right hand side, it says View Unit in Studio. So if you click that one. And hopefully open a window. Ideally, sometimes you want to do Control hit that. But anyway, it'll now take a while to get there. That will take us into the studio environment, which you may or may not be familiar with. I guess you're probably not familiar with. And this is an editing environment for edX. And you know, so there's kind of the editing process is a little bit, you know, my apologies, it's not quite as polished as the front ends. But when that works, you should have an edit button for the different sections of those homeworks. And so you can, you know, edit, and then there's like, it's an HTML edit, it's not as nice as it might be. And then, but before the thing will actually go live, there's a blue publish button that will, that will make that work for you. And yeah, sometimes it can be a bit slow to load up. The interface is, I mean, I've been using this for a couple of years now, and it is gradually improving. There, so you can see here, yeah, so you've got this one there, there's edit there. That will give you, yeah, it's just like this. You can go in there and get it around to whatever, so it's open.
So there it is. I can just add that.
Yeah, so you could add that as afterwards. You could say like if on C9, like at the end of line 9, maybe the line above. You know, it says on your local machine to run the Sinatra app on your local machine, or on C9 use.
If running C9 use
Yep. Excellent. Yeah, I think we know that's the slash. That's right. Great. And then you've got the save button at the bottom there. And so you should then see like a version of that. You can check you've got what you want. If you notice above at the top right-hand side of the screen, there's a blue publish button. And that will now make that go live. So you can make a series of changes, get it how you want, you know, but the students won't see it until you click the publish button. So I'll leave it with you. I've got to run off to another meeting now. I will definitely do resubmit all the things to the graders, and I will look at the grader this afternoon and we'll check in to see if it hasn't, what's going on, then I'll hit it with some kind of hammer until it works. All right.
Awesome.
Nice one. Thanks, Raul. Take care. See you in a bit.
Ciao.
Bye for now.